forgot my mic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to round 9 of the championship. For the championship division, we are at Japan this time. So doing the Asian tour, you could say, and also following the real life calendar, as we had Singapore before this and then Monza before that, which lines up perfectly. We had a bit of a delay, but we are ready now, and in the meantime I will have a look at all the hopefully updated standings. We do have 13 drivers today. Not all of them are from the championship. I know Smith is, Lisbon is a reserve, Clem I'm not sure if he's reserving. I will have a look at the attendance. So yeah, Clem is reserving. Leaky is of course a regular driver. Same for Huss and Raika, Kieran, Entity and Giraffe. Then we got RPM Beertje, previously known as Roos Beertje. Beertje was had won the race actually yesterday, part for the Williams team. This time he's driving in the Aston Martin because his teammates at Williams are both there. Then we got RPM Jones. I'm excited to see him, commentate on him again. We used to commentate before, so I'm interested to see what he can do in the beautiful looking Aston Martin. And then Stubby, of course, the championship leader, and Rodo as well. We will follow Jones as he's the first one on the lap. But in the meantime, I will have a look at the championship standings. And I think we're missing our number 2 driver today. No, he's there. The Bakker isn't here. 9 points between Stubby and Giraffe at the top, and Smith is only 5 points behind that, so 14 points in the top 3, very close. But yeah, the guy Bakker is in P5, Matty P6, Nets is in P7, and they are all not here, so chances to move up. In the Constructors' Championship, we will shortly have a look. Williams is leading by 34 points to Mercedes. Mercedes only flying one car today. And then a third AlphaTauri, and they are with 2, so they might take the challenge to as Jones runs wide a bit, but is still somehow within the lines. They might take the challenge to Williams, as Williams is looking comfortable at the top. And I will have a look in the chat, and good evening to everyone. So first, Mr. Jones, head of RPM Bet and RPM commentator, and he sets a time of 1:29.7. Then we got one of the AlphaTauris next, and it's Stubby. And what can he do? He jumps up to 28.2, so that's the difference between the first and the championship. Giraffe then 7 tenths behind his championship rival. Lisbon slots in behind that. Then it's a Red Bull. I think he's just starting his lap. We switch to the McLaren of Kieran. Good evening to you, as Ive, as Kieran moves into the pit lane. Someone went up to P3, it's Raika, and then Beertje following behind his teammate there. So the P4, 5 and 6 is the championship, the first division guys. Smith invalidated. Then we got Huss, as there is a yellow flag, but there's people letting other people by. Huss jumps up to P2 to make it a front row currently for the AlphaTauris, as Rodo moves up to P5. Where is Leaky in this? Leaky jumps now up to P3, and someone else is behind. It's a Mercedes, but he's starting his lap. Then it's the Williams of Entity. Entity moves up to P2, 1/1000th of a second behind Stubby. Oh, and that he will not be happy there. Yeah, but he does split both AlphaTauris there. But Stubby still ahead, and that is a crucial point. Entity also, after a good qualifying last week, but unfortunate race, he will need to bounce back on that one to have any chance near the final near the end of the season to have a shot at the championship. and inorganic in the chat. I'm doing good. It's a bit exhausted today, but I have energy. I got a coffee just before the session, so it should be alright. Yeah, the uni life now. It takes a lot of your energy. And the Alpha boys in P6 and P8 currently, but one of them is a reserve, of course. But we will follow Smith. P3 in the championship. He's purple in sector 2. To the line, he takes the wider line, but then short at the end. It's a 29.1 and he is in P9. And he is, well, you could say quite down the grid there as everyone moves into the pit. Because apart from Kieran, who hasn't set a time, Smith is the slowest of the championship division guys. I have saying Leaky, Entity and Raika for the podium. So currently the number 2, 4 and 6 drivers, 2 DNFs, 3 safety cars, maybe 1 red. 8 drivers a time penalty. To be honest, I haven't seen a red flag before. Is it on? I don't know, I haven't seen it like in an online race before. It would be quite fun to have that as the first time as well. As drivers go out the pits again. Anyone else have predictions? I hope Entity that we go get some shake up in the championship. So I might say I don't want to for them, of course, but maybe some form of collision between Giraffe and Stubby. Oh, yeah. So they are on then, but maybe we can get the first red flag of RPM history here tonight. With 13 drivers, I doubt it, but it's still possible. But yeah, Jones and Kieran in P11 and P13 currently, so very close up to grid. You never know. As someone's just going slow, and it is one of the Williams guys, and I think that's Giraffe. Well, I'm actually not in charge. For that we will switch on board to this guy. So if you still own any money, I'm low on money as well. Just go to Mr. Jones, he will have some money. As Matty joined as well, so we do have Matty, which is good because that means we have 2 Mercedes drivers now, and they can maybe have a challenge at Williams. And with AlphaTauri up there in the qualifying, we might see a 3-way team battle to the end of the season. And compared to last season, when we only had the Mercedes guys, we were way up ahead of the rest. I like the championship now. But to be fair, the attendance is quite low today, but luckily we have some reserves joining us as we follow Giraffe through the flowing S's then of Suzuka. The change is now set to standard. That's good. 5/10s up in the first sector, so it clearly made a mistake on the first run. As we will follow Giraffe then into the hairpin. Crucial to go have a good exit then. And thank you all for joining us tonight as well. Into the left-hander, keep it within the lines. He does that. Then also watch out on the exit. Beautiful exit. Now what is his second split sector time? And how much is he up by? He's up by 1.1. Giraffe is up by 1.1. One final good sector then. He takes those nicely. Now the exit down to the line. It's a 127.6. What an improvement that is. and he is clearly happy, as you can see the little weaving or of celebration. Jones invalidated, he will go in. Then the next one is probably Raikkonen. He's up on his time as well, but he will need more to improve from that P6 spot. But what a lap from Girard there. Puts himself ahead of his championship rival, and also a crucial point. And Raikkonen improved, but not by a position. 28.7, still a good lap. And then I think it's Smith or Matt. No, Smith is the first one, but we have one of the Alphas. Oh, Stubby having traffic on his lap. I don't know who it was, with one of the Alfa Romeos. Haas up on his time, is just behind. 7 times improvement, but he's behind. Then Stubby 5 tenths up in the middle sector. To the line, Stubby. No, Stubby doesn't take it then. So both AlphaTauris right behind Giraffe there. Let's follow someone else improved. I'm not sure who it was, but let's follow Entity. He's up 2 tenths. Well, he needs more than that in the final sector to jump into the top 3 or on the front row. Maybe he made a mistake. Final time out here. To the line, Entity slots in P4 just behind the rest of the field. Let's see. Smith invalidated, but I think Matty is on the lap. So Inorganic saying Entity, Giraffe, Matty. I'm not cursing the beautiful Alfa Romeo team. You're cursing the Williams team though. That's not what I want to see. Well, I want to see what the Alpines can do. P5 and P6, not that far off. Let's see if someone is finishing their laps. Kieran moved up to P8 in the meantime. Rodo isn't improving, and I don't think Leaky is. One of the Astons maybe? Our winner from yesterday. Birch to the line. He jumps up to P9. Just ahead of Lisbon there, who is also on the lap. We will follow Matty then. He hasn't set a lap timer because he joined later due to the copying, which is what I always have as well. It's a 29.5, so Mercedes not up there tonight. Lisbon though, purple in the middle sector, up 4 tenths. Can he jump ahead of his teammate? And he jumps up to P7 just ahead of his teammate there. Ooh, he's up 4 tenths in the first sector. I don't know if he's improving, but apart from that, everyone is in the pit lane. And I don't think... Oh, Matty is going for it again. But first I will have a look at Beertje to see if he's pushing. Only 4 minutes left in this session. He is pushing. He's up a 10th. Can he jump ahead? Oh, he slowed down there at the end. I don't know why. Matty then. Whoa, runs wide, but still within the track limits. And he needs to find 2 seconds to get to pole position. He doesn't find any improvement so far. But currently it's a bit of Noah's Ark here. 2 Alphas, 2 Alpines, 2 AlphaTauris, then sandwiched by the Williams cars, and 2 Mercedes drivers on the same row. Where is he? I was searching for Smith as he went in. Clem is on the lap. Williams and Merck to crash out. Well, I'm fine with Merck scoring a few points because that's what we need. But yeah, Williams will need to do well. I want to see a battle in the championship, you know, but it would be crazy though if like Stubby and Girard did like a Senna Prost thing into turn 1. Clem is up on his time. Can he jump ahead of Matty here? is also a good challenge for the people as he jumps ahead. 29.3, a good challenge for people in the first division to see what their pace is compared to the championship and if they can make the step up. And number 1 is going out for their final laps. Currently quite a big gap between the Williams and the AlphaTauris compared to the rest of the field. But after that one it's quite close as well. Oh, I don't know what Kieran did on his outlap. But that's not what you want with your tires. But yeah, we got an AlphaTauri. Ooh, Entity went wide there as well. AlphaTauri Williams battle for pole position. There's only 3/10 between the 4 drivers, so very also teammates close by each other. And Haas, he would want to jump up and finally get a good result. He seems quick here. Japan is either a circuit you like or you don't like. Personally, I don't like driving it in career mode because the AI is overpowered here. But it's a fun track. I'm quite good at it normally, but I don't want to say that because the last week in Singapore I said the same, and then well, I don't know if people saw it, but it didn't go the way as I wanted it to. To be fair, I lost out on the P7 because of my own fault, but it's not ideal. Okay, someone is staying in. Lisbon is not going out again, which means that Kieran will be the first one to go on a lap. What was what noise? Don't know what you heard. Was it me or was it the game? It might be me because I'm a bit tired, so I'm yawning most of the time. Oh, I said now, I think it's... Oh, BH has gone off. Kieran then, up on his time in the first sector. He will be the first one to set a lap as the finish flag is out. Lisbon and Clem are done. They won't improve. Kieran still some dirt on his tires. The gravel. Currently P9 for McLaren. That might be me yawning. Is what you heard. Oh, Huss and Rodo didn't make it, I think. Oh, and Leaky retired. He crashed out. Kieran to the line. Stays in P10. He doesn't improve. And the next one is Jones. Jumped to the P7. I missed that. Amazing from him. Rosebeach won't improve then. Giraffe or Entity. Entity is up on his time. Can he improve to pole position? Entity. No. He stays behind. Then it's Stubby. Stubby takes pole position here. But where is Giraffe? Giraffe taking the shortest line as he can. No, Giraffe won't make it. Rodo jumped up to P5 in the meantime. Oh, and now Smith up to P6. So that's a good lap there at the end. But that's qualifying done, I think. So Haas, I think, missed the line. But it's Stubby on pole position. He expands his championship lead by 1 point over his championship rival Giraffe. They are both on the front row again. It's Haas in P3 after not setting a final lap and what could have been a front row potentially for the AlphaTauris. It's Entity in P4, and after that I need to look. So it's Rodo in P5 for the Alpines ahead of Smith, who did a good final lap there. And then it's Leaky in P7, Raika is in P8, Jones in the Aston Martin jumped up to P9 ahead of Lisbon and Kieran. Rosebeach, he jumped up to P12. It's Clem in P13 and Matty in P14 after only, I think, doing one lap. So he is a bit down on the time, but to be fair, anything can happen here. Just need to finish top 12 for points. as we are waiting for everyone to ready up. I don't know about the weather actually. And it looks like a beautiful sunny sky and beautiful sky as well. Yeah, Jones showing what he can and how I used to remember it. Because I remember like 2 games ago in 21, he was up there for Premier even. Oh, we got some inside information from our Sky reporter in the pit lane that it is a dry race. And we don't have any crazy monsoon rain or something. I'm taking a long way to ready up here, as I was just eating something. And in the meantime, I will have a look. It's still not readying up though. I don't know what's happening, if it's stuck or... We're just waiting for players. I'll have a look if someone put something in the chat. Oh, we're already going. So no, the countdown was gone. I haven't seen that before. Well, at least we have a race. Let's have a look at everything here then. The tire situation, we got 3 guys on the hards. Leaky, Raika and Lisbon, so Alfa Romeo choosing a different strategy. And then Beertje and Clem going aggressive on the opening laps on the softs. Everyone else is on mediums. So no different strategies in the top 4 or 5. But Leaky is doing the alternative strategy here, and if it works, he's in the prime position. It's a beautiful low-hanging sun. I want to say it's early morning, but that's because I remember the race is early morning in real life, for us at least in Europe. So it might be late in the afternoon here. At least you need to bring your sunglasses whilst driving, because I feel like you don't see a lot. But these cars do have a beautiful light shining on them. It's got some nice cinematic shots here. And there it is, look how bright that sun is. As we are ready for the start of 27 laps. at the Suzuka International Circuit. I wanted to say home race for AlphaTauri, but that's because of Yuki, not because of AlphaTauri. I don't think we have any Japanese driver here. Oh, a bit of a lock-up. Smith disqualified from the starting position. Everyone else is lining up nicely. We're waiting for Matty, the final one, to get on the grid, as both Mercedes disqualified from that. Oh, my tables are screwing up. It's 5 red lights in Japan, and they are off for round 9 in the championship. Who has a good start? It seems like one of the Alpines. Oh, collision! An entity. Oh, and do we get a red flag already? What the hell happened there? And how is this not a safety car? I think it is. Okay, good start to the session that is then. We already lost Haas and Kieran, but this should have been a red flag, to be fair. Both Alpines now, P3 and P4, and look at that, Jones in the top 5. Ahead of both Alfa Romeos, then it's Clem, and then it's Roosbridge. He has a penalty of some sort. Smith lost his wing, he's got caught up in there, and same for Matty, he has a penalty, and Entity lost his wing as well. But we already lost Haas and Kieran then. And I think it was because Entity came over to the left, maybe to cover or go for a move on Haas, and Matty or Smith, no, Smith was in P5, he was up there at the inside, and after that there was just a big collision in the back. But no red flag. I was hoping we would have one, but it's not the case. And I don't think that that it can change from safety car to red flag. And Kieran saying, what a joke that is. I don't know. It looked like a weird accident. I mean, that's what happens when you have like a collision on the main straight at the start of the race. Yeah, as the safety car picks up Stubby, then the leader. But yeah, not what AlphaTauri won, and especially not Haas, as he said in the championship chat. It's his second DNF in 3 races before turn 1. Yeah, that's not what you want to see, especially if you practice a lot for this race. I think also something different. We have the championship press room. It is back, the return of the press room, but it is only one person who has answered, unfortunately, so we'll cover that, and that is Kieran. So the first question was, as we approach the end of the season, how important is the Japanese Grand Prix in terms of securing championship points and achieving your season goals? And Kieran said, I just aim for the best possible result and hope it works out well. Well, this is not a good start to that. Second question is, the Suzuka circuit is a fan favorite, but is also known for its technical challenges. How have you been preparing for this iconic track? Kieran said, I've been doing a lot of practice for Japan, which hopefully translates to the race. And that's exactly what I said. It's very annoying when you spend all that practice just for it to be over in turn 1, and we might see some reports coming that yeah, well, the stewards will be busy, I think. Third question is, managing tire wear is crucial, but how does it play a role in your strategy during the Japanese Grand Prix? Kieran said, I just go with what the game gives me. That's also an option. And as question 4 is, as the season finale approaches, how are you and your teammate working, or you and your team working together to fine-tune the car setup for Suzuka and maximize your performance? Kieran said, I think I have a setup sorted, which is hopefully good. And the final question is, how have your season 7 hopes planned out? are you where you wanted to be at the start of the season? And Kieran just said, and I think this race will prove that even more. Oh, as Smith got the 5-second time penalty for corner cutting there. Kieran said this season has gone far from what I hoped for, and that is, I think we can say that. I will have a look at the clips. I mean, of course you guys can see that, but I will have a look at what clearly happened and what it looks like. Yeah, so what it looks like is from on board. Oh, and yeah, one of the Mercs crashed into them. I think one of them has rear wing damage, as it's Smith, as he DNF'd as well. So crucial for the championship there, Smith, as he was only 14 points behind. So this might be the end of, yeah, well, his championship challenge. If Stubby and Giraffe have a good one. I will also have a look at Kieran's POV. He was a bit further down the grid then. If I can put it on full screen, I can't, so I'll just have to watch it from here. Kieran started in P11. So what it was is people started slowing down because of the accident, and it looked like Raika and someone in front of Kieran, I think it was Jones. And what happened is, because of they already were up to speed, they crashed into the back, is what I get from this POV. So, oh yeah, Smith had orange rear wing. Yeah, I think I saw from the clip someone ran into the back of you. So yeah, that's not ideal. Oh, Jones retired from the session during the safety car. Oh, and he's out into the wall, and he's gone straight to the left. Oh, that's a shame. Jones is out at the restart, and we're only left at 10 then. So big points already being made for the drivers who finished the race, especially with 3 reserves. And it's go, 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 and it is a good restart from the leader, as everyone else follows. Oh, but it's Roto having a look up the inside. No, Raika overtaking Rosebeach there. But this will be a tricky part to overtake. But both Alpine's under pressure, and Lisbon is looking for a top 4 here on those hearts. So Raika, Entity and Matty, the guys who changed his tires then during that safety car. Oh, someone is onto the grass. Oh, I think it was Raika. Oh no, it's Rosebeach as well, but I think Raika was onto the grass as well. And Entity might have hit him. I don't see any damage on screen, but I don't know what it is. But chaos in the opening 4 laps. And I think Ivor's prediction is not going too well. Just have a look at what he said again. He said leaky Entity Raika. Well, it's still possible, to be fair. 2 DNFs, we're already at 4. 3 safety cars, maybe 1 red. That is 3 safety cars is possible, but we will have to see. As Giraffe with the fastest lap, no DRS just yet, but he is closing in rapidly now on the straight without ERS, so clearly tells me Giraffe has more straight line speed. And to me that's smart, because once he gets ahead, it's almost impossible without DRS for Stubby to overtake. But it's also difficult to follow here in the middle in the first and in the middle sector. Let's have a quick look behind then. As Rose is putting, or Birch is putting a pressure on Raika then. He still has a penalty. Did I hear someone?
Good evening.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm alright, is it Jones?
This is Jones. DNF and under a safety car, for God's sake.
I thought I had to. I thought maybe it was Kieran, so I wasn't sure who joined me. But yeah, what happened?
I went to scratch my head.
Okay.
And then they braked in front of me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm just glad that
You hit no one.
Leaky. Well, I hit the back of Leaky, but he didn't get any penalties for it, and he doesn't look like he's got damage, so that's good. So I'm glad it's just me out the race.
Yeah, I was too busy focusing on the restart, and all of a sudden I saw your name out. So.
Yeah, good. It's a very short race.
Yeah.
I was going to say, well, I thought I'd join you just to give you some company. What happened off the start there? I saw it all happening on the right of me.
Yeah, from what I saw is like, I think it was Smith. Smith was in P5. He had a good start, but so he had a better start on Haas, and he got his nose next to his rear wheels. But at the same time, Entity closed the gap in, so it was a bit like Singapore 2017, where yeah, just people from the outside squeezing the guy in the middle, and then they all made contact, and I think everyone just ran into the back of each other. Because what I saw from Kieran is on board was that, I think you saw it as well, people braked for that incident, of course, and the guys behind didn't see that, so that's why everyone just went into the back of each other.
Yeah, I know. Luckily for me, I was on the left-hand side, the outside, so I could slow down. And I think everyone just started getting wiped out to the right.
I was hoping, because they said that a red flag is now set to standard, so I thought, well, maybe we will get one, but that's not the case, unfortunately.
Oh, it's getting busy in this commentary box.
Hello, hello.
Oh. Oh, we got more commentators and drivers. If Inorganic wants to join as well, we got a little club going on here. So the two guys starting this race are now in the commentary booth.
Yeah, I need to calm myself down.
I saw your reaction. Took your helmet off already?
Yeah, I flew on the track and stormed off.
Just straight into the commentary.
Well, at least you got to turn one. Oh, sorry,
I didn't. I need to have a crash into the safety car.
It looked like you were doing turn one early into the pit wall.
It's a another one out.
Scooter.
Oh. I saw someone else. Oh, two cars. Who's that? Lisbon.
Yeah, Lisbon. So that's the other two reserves. Well, Roy's is okay now. Just saying. Well, Stubby's pace is unreal, but Giraffe seems to be going with him at the moment.
Yeah, but it's for the championship quite big as well, because Smith is now out of the race, and Entity is a bit behind. But this is the main battle. It's I somehow I don't catch all of these incidents.
See, my problem is when I'm doing the broadcasting, when I was covering for you, is I don't catch much of the overtakes, but I catch all like the incidents.
Yeah, the incidents. Yeah.
I mean, it was easier when Bakker was racing weekly. It was literally just go onto his car and incidents will find you.
Yeah. Oh, not a safety car. Oh, Giraffe going in.
I think at the moment it seems to be, if you focus on Entity from the start, you'll almost certainly see an incident before it's gone.
That might be true.
Trying to make a bit of a light of the situation. I was absolutely gutted for the guys when, you know, it's only 14 and we've got two people retiring on the first lap. I mean, actually on board with Entity at the moment, who's sliding it round the first corner. I think we might be seeing him in the steward's office again.
Yeah, that's true. We lost another one. Well,
He's been.
Well, he was backwards in the barrier, so I'm guessing he's had similar to Smith, where he's got rear wing damage.
Yeah. Colin's prediction of the 1, 2, 3 for Team Williams is still on.
But I've got to say though, yeah, that is definitely still on. I think we've only had 5, maybe 4 racing laps, and we've got 6 retirees. So more
I think we only had like 2
retirees.
racing laps. Well, at least not a lot.
I managed to crash out on a non-race and that. I don't know if that's worse than being taken out before you get to the first corner.
Oh yeah.
I did see. I got a little bit distracted. I saw Inorganic saying chat. I was reading the chat and it's saying, "Oh, Jones showing championship pace." So it's like, I instantly showed why I'm not in the championship.
Got to your head.
Yeah, exactly. Thought I might try doing some overtaking on the safety car.
Well, I think you still, if you finish this one, you would still have more points than I have in the whole in the whole Premier this season. So.
Unfortunately, I didn't finish. So I think we just one reserve left with Reuser, and then
that's it.
With the title as well, Smith out is a massive loss for him, but Stubby, Entity, Giraffe still in the mix, and Matty I think is up there as well, isn't he?
Yeah, and for Alpine getting good results, but it's good for Team Williams because they're the only team with two, apart from Alpine, but in the championship fight they're the only team with 2 cars remaining.
Yeah, it's very true. Well, it was very strong for Williams yesterday as well, wasn't it, with Reuser in 8th winning it.
Yeah, I'm getting carried by Team Williams.
I was trying to carry Aston Martin tonight with the absence of Bakker and Lau, but
Went great.
I'll be keeping my head down. I won't be saying too much for the Aston Martin chat. Probably won't even tell them I've offered reserving.
That's true. You know what would spice this race up, or at least the championship, if Giraffe and Stubby crash into each other.
Well, I don't know. Top 6 shootout at that point. Being organic saying in chat, "Don't be blaming me." Well, I'm going to try and blame anyone but myself. But
that's how it works.
Really, one person I can blame. And in organic also saying Aston Martin are being carried by the safety car. It's very true.
It's leaving the
Aston Martin have led the most laps by far.
Yeah. Well, this will. How long is the safety car going to take?
I think there's that much debris left on track for those 6 cars.
You know what I
don't have the red flag.
Yeah, that's what I wanted, because I saw we were talking about the red flag during quali and the predictions, and they said it's set to standard, so there's a bigger chance. And then I saw the crash, and the first thing I said, okay, red flag, because I was hoping we would see a red flag, because I haven't seen it before. But unfortunately not.
Might have to tell you to increase next race.
Yeah, just put it too high. Even
Probably
more
still won't
chaos.
come out.
Safety car in again. I'm surprised Stubby didn't go in. I think the mediums are still alright. Somewhere during this period a few laps ago, you were in the world.
Yep, I know it well. And I think to answer your question, Stubby and Leaky both didn't pit. Neither did NC, but I think he pitted on the first lap.
Yeah. It still hasn't completed the compound switch. Rodo is looking feisty as well.
Yeah, it's very, very tight through these S's.
Probably another crash can happen.
I think that's the thing with Suzuka, though, isn't it? Is the fact that, you know, when you nail the S's, it feels beautiful, but if you make a slight mistake or run slightly wide, the speed carried by the cars behind on you is massive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I never made it that far.
That's very true.
Oh, Rodo up the inside. Oh, what's that? Oh, the Mercedes pushing its way through, and someone is onto the grass. It's Entity. Oh, that's happening now.
Drafts up to second and
what?
Wide.
Taking a different line there. This is all great for Stubby because got like 5 cars.
Rick is also having a run on Entity here, but looks like Entity's got a bit more straight line speed.
Oh, Rodo running wide.
Yeah, I just saw him get really out of shape coming back on track.
Oh, Raika behind, up the inside. Oh. There's 2 battles at the same time. Oh, someone's going in, it's Entity.
Entity, yeah.
Don't retire. Good. Just has wing damage, I think, then. But yeah, it's an old school track, so if you make a mistake, you're off, and there's a high chance you're out.
Yeah, absolutely. But now I see Matty was trying to get a move done on Rodo, I believe, but as soon as you yield a little bit, it's amazing how fast you drop back when they're carrying the speed. But I wonder if the Alpines might switch over here. Rodo seems
yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's almost pushing him through.
Yeah, and especially with the moment. Oh, Matty drops it behind. Oh,
whoa, what a save!
Yeah, Colin McRae-esque through there. Love it.
Well, we could see some French drama, you know, here. Both Alpines. But also, Giraffe is closed up to Stubby.
Yeah, it's tight. I mean, this was kind of after the first spell of safety cars, what was happening, wasn't it? They kind of cleared the others quickly by 3 seconds.
It's the same as in Singapore. I think they were 30 seconds ahead of the next car, both of them.
Yes, they're in a bit of a league of their own at the moment. Entity, who did look like he had similar pace, obviously having a multitude of issues in the race so far.
DR is enabled for the first time on lap 12.
Matty is making an overtake on Leaky, and he's up into 4th place.
I've got to say, even though we've only got 8 cars left in the track, you can see quite how much fight there is in Championship and how close the racing is through the field. It's hard to keep track of who's making an overtake on who or what battle to follow.
It's way different than last season when everyone's just like 10 seconds from each other.
Yeah.
And you had 2 Mercedes, 1, 2 every time, and sometimes the Ferrari of Stibo up there in the mix, but most of the time it was just the 1, 2 for the same guys. To be fair, this is the same here, but now it's a championship fight between Stubby and Giraffe, so that's different.
Yeah, and Stubby just extended it slightly, but it looks like they're stronger in different areas on the track, these two.
Yeah, I said that. Oh yeah, go
sorry. I was just going to say, Rodo is actually maintaining that gap. He had got it down to 2.2 briefly, but he's hanging on.
Yeah, it's difference in setup, I think, because I feel like Stubby is way quicker in Sector 1, but then on the straights he loses out. As we might see a move. I think we will see a move for the lead.
Is that the first time got DRS this race?
Oh, and he's passed. Oh!
That's
his wing!
Yeah.
Oh, that's not... Oh, that is big in the championship. It's a perfect time to switch though for Stubby, but... yeah, it will cost extra seconds. And Giraffe doesn't have to go in, I think.
Yeah, Giraffe can, if he can see those hard tyres out, he's changed his tyres. But Stubby, you can see that it's a nightmare through that first sector without that bit of wing. He's just struggling so much.
Oh yeah, Roto caught. Oh! Watch out for your wing. Send it. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, Matty as well. Stubby has lost 2 places in 1 corner from there.
And I don't think it was necessarily Giraffe's mistake. From what I saw. It might came across a bit too early, but I think he was ahead.
Yeah, he was quite... I mean, he had so much pace at a straight, he was quite a distance ahead to the braking point. Well, into the corner, but I guess the slowing of speed might have caught Stubby out a little bit.
Yeah, Matty into the final. No, he's not going for it. But currently with the pole position point, Giraffe is 10 points behind Stubby. But if Stubby dropping down, this might be changing.
Oh, 5-second penalty. Yeah. And I was about to say, it's going to be interesting though, because Stubby is so quick to see him coming through the field, but that's going to hurt him.
Yeah, the question is, we only have 13 or 14 laps. How far can you get up the grid? Because he will be needing to gain like 2 or 3 seconds per lap then.
That's very true, but may, from what we've seen so far, be another safety car or something.
Oh yeah. Leaky dropping back quite a lot now under pressure from Razor. He's the only one still on all the tires. He's saving his ERS, he doesn't want to fight Razor. He's the smarter Aston Martin driver maybe. Even though he's a Williams driver.
Goes without saying that. And Royzer was really quick here actually, and well, he's been in a really good vein of form actually recently in First Division, but he obviously winning here yesterday, bit of a Suzuka specialist.
He's up into the top 5 now. And what could have been for you? Oh, as I say that, he goes wide. Let's see, Stubby's 4 seconds behind Entity, and he still has the 5 seconds as well, and Entity won't make another stop. And I'm guessing Stubby won't make one as well, unless we get a safety car.
Yeah, and the guys ahead, I mean, they should be able to get the hards to the end, but they're going to have to look after a bit. Ideally, Stubby and Entity are hoping that those guys ahead are punishing those tyres.
Yeah. But to be fair, the Alpines are on a kind of weird strategy, because Leaky still needs to go in, and Rodo is on the mediums, so he won't make it to the end on the mediums.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah,
and
that's going to switch a lot.
Yeah, and Matty, I said Matty, he started last of course, but he's now out to P2.
And he's doing very, very well at the moment.
Yeah, for Mercedes, important for them in the championship. Scooter, oh, he was already out.
Yeah, we got Royzer going for it again on Leaky. Might be a bit too far back though this time.
Rodo's caught up to Matty. Rodo's showing the pace he had 2 seasons ago when he was fighting for the championship.
And Stubby is absolutely flying on those hard tyres. He's took 3 seconds out of Entity in the last 2 laps.
So he might have a chance at the top 5 if both Alpines still need to pit. Oh, Matty! Almost losing it on traction. Yeah.
And Rodo has got passed into second place.
And Rodo will need to push as much as he can, because he probably still needs to go in. We finally have some racing laps, but only with 8 people.
Yeah, I've actually just been thinking, I don't think I even did a race in that, because it was the virtual safety car, and then I crashed behind the first one. I was winding Kieran up and realised I hadn't been any better. In a way, it's worse driving slowly for 2 laps than to pin it anyway.
Yeah, I just didn't make a corner.
At least you got. At least you had a good start. That's the only thing.
Yeah, the formation lap. That's the lap I count.
It's the fastest you've gone all race.
Yeah, my fastest lap that is.
Oh, Stubby already.
Fast,
yeah. 19 seconds ahead. But Bruiser will be removed from the standings, no?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly,
so
with him being a reserve.
he's already got P6. Leaky still has to go in, so he would be probably in P5. And with Rodo also potentially going in, he could look at the top 4. If he doesn't make any mistakes. But look how much they're gaining on the cars ahead.
Yeah, and then, well, for the Alpines that we think are going to have to pit again, they're now going to come out comfortably behind these two. But they might chuck some softs on, so they might be pretty quick themselves towards the end of the races.
No, that's true, yeah. But is it enough for them on the softs to catch Stubby on the hards?
The way Stubby's driving at the moment, probably not. he's
done
absolutely flying.
Yeah, he's done
as Leaky's pit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he won't go to the softs, I think. No, it's mediums for Leaky. But Rotor probably will go to the softs. As I was saying, Stubby's quickest lap is a 30.0, the same as he done this lap, and it's almost quicker than Matty's lap in qualifying.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and I think Leaky, where is he? He's about 5 seconds behind, but obviously those tyres need to get warm now over this lap, so...
Yeah. And the tyres of Stubby and Entity are still in good shape with 4 and 7 laps.
I wonder if Rodo is struggling a bit more on his tyres. When I've gone on board with him, especially through sector 1, he's got out of shape a few times.
Yeah, I noticed the same. I mean, I think 10 laps is quite a lot on the softs, mediums. He's also pushing to stay close to Matty, but...
Now I think on the race strategy, which was actually the longest time I spent doing something in this race, was the hards, it was saying about 16 laps, I think 15, 16. So that would take these guys on the hards.
Oh, on hards.
So the mediums would be less. But that would say, what, lap 24, the hards might be in a bit of pain. I'm looking at the front runners with that.
That could be true, but according to our strategist in the pit lane, we got information that the softs will last 9 laps. So I remember some certain Mercedes drivers, I think we all know who we are talking about here, who did the same and they got punctures on the final lap. But it's a risk. Why not just go for it?
Yeah, well, I mean, whoever goes, if there is anyone who takes the gamble on the softs, looking at Rodo, you've got a very good chance of getting an extra point for that fastest lap. I know I found them massively helpful last night. I tried to get the fastest lap only for Mr. Inorganic in chat to steal it away from me.
Him and his alpha.
Yeah, it's... Oh, as I just saw Giraffe have a moment under wheel spin out of the final corner, which probably dropped him about half a second back towards Matty.
Oh, Rodo's in. They're doing 33.5 and 32.8 at the front. Well, let's see what Stubby is doing.
Softs?
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
And Stubby's coming round onto the straight now. So Rodo is going to be really tight.
Ahead, but of course Rodo's on the softs. But Rodo's 2 seconds quicker than Matty and 2.5 seconds quicker than Giraffe currently. if he can keep that up, he might catch them near the end of the race. If my maths are correct. No, I don't think so. Well, at least he would get the podium, maybe.
He's 23 seconds behind him now. He's got a reserve in front of him, so he's net 4th at the moment. But he's obviously got Rodo on the softs behind him.
And he has a penalty.
Yeah, keep forgetting about that part.
Because Entity is not that far off Stubby as well. There's only 5.7 now. If you can get within that 5 again. But let's see, Giraffe won last week as well, ahead of Stubby, because Stubby had a penalty. And right now it looks like he's doing that again. 33.3 at the front for Giraffe, 33.2 for Matty. Then we switch to Stubby to see how quickly he's catching. Of course, you can't keep up 3 seconds a lap. Yeah, it's 31.6. Still, I think it's one. Oh, Entity speeding in the pit lane. Going for the fastest lap, I think. Yeah, he's only losing 1 position, so why not?
Yeah, and with the fact he gets promoted above Reuter at the end.
So still P7, decent points for Williams. Rose is looking at a podium here. On track. Not that far off.
He is, yeah, and right behind Ricker. Going very, very well.
I think he used to be my teammate in, in RLH.
Yeah,
I think you drove there.
absolutely. Yeah.
I think I had him as a teammate, or I can't remember honestly. Or at least I used to race against him. So since I started league racing, I've been racing against racing. So he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a really good guy to race against as well. Always clean, always respectful. What we like to see. And gaining at the moment on potentially a championship podium. What a week! Oh, it gets very sideways out the exit there. What a week it'd be for him though, winning first and potentially a podium in championship.
Yeah, he should join Premier and finish ahead of me. Inorganic saying, it's not very often you can say Inorganic got the fastest lap. It's only my second one. Well, that's more than me, so... If that sounds weird to you, then maybe the fastest lap isn't that weird. I actually changed my number to number 6 because I'm in the Williams and 6 is now available for because Latifi left, of course. So I thought, well, I would replicate him but by picking his number, but I think my driving style changed as well.
Trying to replicate him too much.
Yeah. If I was in a Mercedes, maybe with number 6 I would have won, but I beat Colin in equal machinery, but number 6 at Williams is not a good combination.
No, clearly not at the moment. Well, I think at the moment, unless something goes really wrong with Matty and Giraffe, they should be clear 1 and 2 here. Stubby looks like his lap times aren't quite working as well, but Rodo also going past him now. Rodo on those soft tyres, absolutely flying.
Yeah. And Stubby with the 5 seconds. I don't know how quick Leaky is, but could Leaky get within 5 seconds before the end of the race if Stubby has a big tire drop off? Who knows? Oh, he's going back at him again.
Yep. And he'll fight this one. He's got a championship battle on his hands. Problem is he's got that 5 second penalty, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, speeding in the pit lane. In Singapore I had 2 of them, and one was because I was driving 1 kilometer too hard, and the second one was because I couldn't see what speed I was going. So I was braking, and I think I went 60, and then it gave me a penalty. But
I had the same thing, but I noticed that I was putting my speed limiter on before and then revving to go into the pit lane, and that's how I got the penalty, even though the speed limiter was on and it was below. So I don't know if there's like a little glitch
different.
there.
Yeah, because I feel like when you go into the pits, it will give you the thing of saying your speed is at the top, but because Singapore has that weird entry with the line, it goes away again, and then I don't know what speed I'm going.
I rarely know what speed I'm going, but I can tell you something for free, it's not very quick.
But too quick for the pit lane.
Yeah, exactly. Too quick for behind a safety car as well, apparently.
I just got hold of by your teammate who's in the safety car.
I can see that Entity did manage to get the fastest lap, 29.5, but he is way at the back now. And Stubby's still holding on in front of Rodo at the moment, but with that penalty that's going to be a kind of fruitless endeavour.
Yeah, I thought that Rodo wanted to get by quicker, you know, not sit behind because he would get the place with the penalty. You know, Gannick saying his driving style is based on Nick de Vries, so a two-time world champion, not Formula 1, but that's better than me. Latifi got beaten by de Vries.
Now,
twice
I
actually.
think Matty must have had a moment, because all of a sudden he's 9.3 seconds behind Giraffe here. She's lost 4 seconds.
Yeah. Don't know if it's this lap, but we could see in his split times. Yeah, it's 1.8, but that's not too crazy. Only 3 laps left now.
It goes quite quick when you're actually watching racing, doesn't it? Rather than the queues of cars behind safety cars.
Yeah. I was hoping that the Rosé can have one final move for the party.
He's just out of DRS at the moment, isn't he? So he could do with finding something through these first 2 sectors and make that 1 lap extra fresh tyre count.
Well, he's within 7/10s now. Oh, he's getting closer and closer.
Maybe
he's listening to us.
Yeah. Engineering from a distance.
Go for it.
And actually Matty now 11.4 seconds behind Giraffe, so I think he's hit the wall with his tyres a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, Giraffe is also quite fast, so maybe Giraffe saved a bit of tyres to push at the end. And Rosa loses a lot in the hairpin. That's his weakness.
Yeah, now outside the DRS again. So he'll be wanting to use his ERS into the final chicane all the way down this straight just to try and get back in a DRS. But these guys have only got a 2-second gap now to Stubby and Rodo.
Yeah, they're catching. We could see 4 cars going for a podium on track on the final lap. And to be fair, Matty is losing a lot of time because Rika is now only 3.8 behind, and the lap before it was 6 or something.
So we could actually have a battle for a few podium places on our hands here.
Yeah. And the Giraffe is sticking his head outside of this battle, ahead of everyone else. Giraffe was quick already in Premier's division, so for him to be... Oh! Well, he would have been removed anyway, but still, for on track, it would have been nice.
Yeah, and I think he'll probably get out of Stubby's way.
Yeah,
as he does, always respectful.
It's not fight. Maybe that's why he also stayed behind. doesn't want to risk anything. Look, he's letting Rodo pass as well now. That's the sportsmanship.
And really good reserving from there, from Royzer, who arguably could have been on the podium, but obviously he's racing with a lot of respect. And he'll make a move if he knows there's not going to be any collisions or anything, but otherwise he won't risk it, which is good to see. Matty has managed to get his composure back a bit, and took a bit of time out of Giraffe, and also not lost as much time to Rickert and Stubby behind now.
Yeah, as the battle, it's already on the final lap. The battle for P3 is on between Rickert, Stubby and Rodo, but Stubby will drop a few places, I think, now. But still, final lap.
Yeah, Rodo seems to be dropping off Stubby now.
Yeah. Oh! Just as you said that.
Time penalty.
Oh!
And Stubby's going around the outside.
This is good for Stubby as well. Oh, he's got picked up.
Rodo needs to stay within 2 seconds now to make sure he gets that podium spot. Oh well, not necessarily that podium spot to get Stubby. Yeah.
In the meantime, though, we will switch to the Giraffe in front with the pink helmet, taking big championship points as he sticks the finger out before the line, and he wins in Japan, and it's back-to-back for the Max Verstappen of the championship, you could say. And Matty finishes P2 after starting last, and Stubby comes home in P3 on track, but he will drop down to P5 actually. So it's Rickert on the podium in the Alfa Romeo. He will be glad to be back on the podium. Rodo in P4, and yeah, just because of that final time penalty he might have had a chance at the podium. Stubby finishes P5, and after the wing that's not too bad of a loss, but he would still lose the championship lead, I think. Well, I don't know how many rounds you have left, only 4 or something.
I think it's 3. There's Qatar,
3?
Brazil. Qatar, Brazil and Las Vegas, I think.
Okay, we're already nearing the end of the season then, so I need to score points on Quinn, because he keeps DNFing, but so do I. Oh, as Entity is taking a trip through the grass, and he will finish in P8, but he will get P7 points wise, so not too bad for the Williams team. And that was it.
Wow, thanks for having me in that brief period there,
yeah.
Luke.
Yeah, I know how it feels like
now and let you wrap up, but yeah, thank you for the commentary again, as always, and I'll let you wrap everything up, because I bet it caught you by surprise when you heard my voice come in.
Yeah, at some point I heard like an extra microphone. I was like, what? Is my microphone getting through to from stream or something? But yeah. No, yeah, I have had this in Austria as well, where I randomly joined the commentators booth, so I know how it feels. But yeah, thank you for joining me. At least I had some company during the race with only 8 people.
Some long safety car periods.
That's true.
Right,
yeah.
Cheers, Luke.
Yeah, thank you, and hopefully next week we'll be better in the championship if you reserve.
How if I can make turn 1?
Yeah. Next week is Qatar, no?
Yeah.
Oh, I look forward to that.
I'll probably not reserve then, knowing the fact that I don't know Qatar at all.
You don't? Or if you learn it, it's one of the best tracks in the game. That's what I will say.
I remember it from MotoGP games, but very different. But yeah.
Yeah, it's almost fully flat if you can drive the track, so it's quite fun. But yeah.
Yeah, cheers guys.
Yeah, thank you. And unfortunately, we see that Kieran didn't even set a lap time, and Jones is near the 2-minute mark, so that tells you enough about their races. But yeah, thank you all for joining me tonight in this very weird race, I would say. We started with 14 and we ended up with 8. But yeah, still saw some guys in the chat, which is always nice, and some drivers joining me you could say, like live interviews, helping on comms. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow on the Premier Division again, and hopefully you will see me score some decent points. Congratulations to the top 3, and make sure to be back at the same time next week, because we have a new track, Qatar, and probably another story in the championship fight, as the gap is as close as it has ever been this season, and I think in all the past seasons. So thank you all for joining me tonight, and I will see you all next week, and bye bye.